sorry. He wishes he could take it back. He wishes he could rewind time and tell himself not to enter the bar and down that last shot of whiskey. But it's too late. And now he's here. Hello and welcome back to You and Him. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games. If you ever want me to play something, please don't hesitate to ask. And with all that being said, it would mean the world to me if you guys liked, comment, and subscribed. And don't forget, oh my goodness, don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you came here for perfection, I assure you, you're on the wrong person. I know I be doing the most in these games. I know my personality. However, I absolutely, positively, am just a weird person and never get anything right. So, let's get started. We left off. Saffron left the room. We were warned not to be anywhere alone with Saffron, so we have to keep that in mind. And yeah, let's get started. Saffron finds his old friend waiting for him within the ER security room. While it's rare for hospitals to have such a setup, Dr. Boone ensures that one was put in place for a number of reasons. None of them are ethical reasons. Of course, Saffron's involved. The psychopath is involved. We don't expect it to be ethical at all. We don't expect it to be humane. I'm gonna be honest. Dr. Boone watches the monitor as the man thrashes around on the gurney, wailing his head off, screaming for help. It's a useless endeavor. The hospital is set up with a number of soundproof rooms for disruptive patients. He's wasting his breath, though he's unaware of the fact. The patient's thrashes gets worse as a surgeon approaches him, tugging on their plastic glove while their eyes glimmer with morbid fascination. Oh my goodness. When I tell y'all that this man is not hot, this man is not hot at all. There's someone on standby holding a bag full of liquid meant to preserve the organs they pull from the patient. The surgeon turns on the overhead light, and the operation begins as Saffron stands beside Dr. Boone. I assume all is running smoothly. Yes, we're a well-oiled machine, especially thanks to your help. Your connections have done wonders for this facility and our finances. Dr. Boone turns to Saffron. But I know you're not here to soak up praise for your efforts. I assume things went as expected. Correct. Saffron watches the surgeon on screen with a critical eye as he makes his, I hear something outside and it's catching my attention, as he makes his first cut on the patient. He's still awake and thrashing around. Blood bubbles up from where he cuts and Saffron tries to ignore the gnawing hunger stemming from his gut. Your face, the tender shape of your body, you make him feel insatiable. I purposely provoked Adam and I learned a few interesting details while observing him. He's become defensive of his mark, and I believe he formed an unhealthy attachment to their presence. Getting them alone won't be easy. Dr. Boone sighs. I apologize for not realizing sooner. I would have never put them through surgery if I had known. That's no fault of your own. And it's likely Adam would have laid the blame on me had things gone conveniently south. I was surprised when he came in without you. I assumed you had other matters to attend to. Yes, and I'm beginning to understand why it was asked that I do this discreetly. If I outright killed them without some forethought, it's everyone's guess what Adam will do given his nature. Saffron lets his gaze momentarily drift over to Dr. Boone. Adam has never shown this level of interest in anyone, so I need to put a plan in place that allows for this attachment to disintegrate entirely. Then, when the bond is severed, I can do what's necessary. And I'm assuming you've got something in mind. You catch on quick, old friend. Saffron smiles as he looks back at the CCTV footage. When I tell y'all, this man is crazy. I am not joking. He is crazy. I've known you long enough to pick up on your train of thought. But as I've said before, I'm here if you need anything. I'm aware, and I'll call upon you when the time is right. But first, I must focus on laying out the groundwork. Then, when they're no longer under Adam's protection, Saffron allows his finger to trail along the screen of the computer monitor where the patient lies unresponsive. The man gone limp as surgeon pulls aside the cutout flaps of skin, pinning them in place, exposing the soft intestines, and chunks of flesh waiting underneath. Oh, God. I need water. I'm sorry. Ooh. I don't know if because I'm actually feeling sick or this really bothered me. Ew. But it's not the man Saffron sees lying there. It's the person he craves most in the world. You. His finger flecks as he drags his nail down the screen, imagining you splayed out beneath him, your chest an open cavern, your ribs cracked and parted, your intestines glistening under the glow of the fluorescent lighting. Oh, God. A fruit ripe for the taking. And once he's done everything he needs to do in order to pluck you, I'll let myself indulge in the most wonderful feast. I mock you again. Saffron's cute. That's how y'all sound. Park Bend Emergency Department, 3:00 p.m. 2 weeks later. Over the next few weeks of recovery, your well-being is ensured by the ER staff. You don't see Dr. Boone again, and Saffron only shows up when he goes over the details of your arrangement. Adam is a different story. He visits every single day. Most of the time, he sits in silence like a careful watchdog, and other times he sharpens his blade or cutting into an apple that he leaves you the slices, Lord, forgive me, leaves you the slices of. He never eats them himself. See, I knew he was there cutting the apples for me. He's obsessed. Look, it's okay. When I walk, all you hear is a round of applause, so it's okay. I get it. I understand why you want this. It's no wonder. You wonder if the man ever sleeps because every time you wake up, he's staring at you, his gaze unwavering. Sometimes you get into an argument about it. Other times you attempt to ignore it. Mostly because whenever you get too riled up, you start getting headaches, although you're not sure why. The doctors suspect it's due to anemia after the loss of so much blood, though they're surprised there's no other outside factors paired with all things considered. I mean, yeah, you got shot twice. I think you were stabbed first, then you got shot twice, but not in the same time. But the point is that, like, you're here by the grace of God. Don't get into their God, but get into something. Believe into something, because something kept you alive. You should have died back there, but somehow you managed to pull through. When the time finally comes for you to leave the hospital, it's both a relief and a concern. A relief because you'll no longer be tied down to a hospital bed, but a concern because you're going to meet the rest of Adam's band. Oh my God, the other members of Kate. Okay. The only person I think has any sense, I had to go back and look at their names, is King, the short blonde. He's the only person I think that has any sense. I think the green hair guy, Kane, is cuckoo. Ethan, I think his name is Ethan. Don't quote me on that. Hopefully they tell me their names again through this. But Ethan is a little weird, but he's like, oh, I don't partake in what they do. I do my own thing. They do their own thing. So I'm hoping it's like that instead of him being a schmiller and Adam is Adam. King, Ethan, yes, okay, Ethan and Kane. You recall seeing them plastered alongside Adam on numerous billboards and articles and social media outlets. They all appear close on screen, friendly even. You can only imagine what they're really like. You can't imagine anyone hanging around Adam and Saffron and not having homicidal tendencies. Homicidal tendency. Oh my God. Jesus. You know what? She's got a point. Hold on. She's speaking facts, all right? You shudder at the idea of surrounding yourself with such violent men and try not to think about it as you tuck yourself further into the back seat of the car Saffron picked you up in. Please don't tell me about okay, thank you. Adam, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting the chest away. It got me in trouble with YouTube for a couple of days. Adam keeps eyeing you through the rear view mirror. Don't even think of freaking trying to jump out, he says when he catch you looking at him for the 1,000th time. I'm assuming they're like on a highway, maybe driving fast. Again, while we're recovered, we're not recovered. It's best to plan first before we just do. Oh, yeah? That's so easy with the childproof safety lock turned on, you say and rattle the door handle for emphasis. Totally making a grand escape. Given your personality, I wouldn't put it past you to get so desperate that you try breaking out through the window. Get to know that you realize I would rather be a bug on someone else's windshield than deal with your presence in the confined space. I think he's the only thing keeping you alive at this point, because Saffron would have been jumped in that backseat. For your information, I've been signaling cars passing by while mouthing SOS. Wow, you weren't looking. The look Adam gives you is scathing. You smirk at him. All I'm asking is that you freaking behave yourself and to not act like a fox with its legs stuck in a trap. Ugh. This again? You sigh before resting your head against the car window. The world flies at a blur, the familiarity of the city doing nothing to bring you comfort. You ache for the days where you didn't fear for your life. Look, I already agreed to work with you and Hungry Eyes over there in return for my uncle's safety. If I was going to run, don't you think I would have done it already? Considered you're recovered for the most part, I wouldn't put it past you to come up with some stupid escape plan. He's not wrong, but he doesn't know that you're just buying time until you can find a way out of this fricked up situation. You rub the bridge of your nose, worrying yourself carefully. You gotta pick and choose your words, because anything could set him off or set Saffron off. I mean, Saffron, to be fair, Saffron already has in his head, like, yeah, this is a done deal. Once Adam is done with you, I will be gnawing on your stomach and not in a good way. I would be, indulging in your heart, not in a good way. So, again, he already has in his head this is what he's going to do. I'm just hoping that Adam is like, get out of here and don't look back, or help me escape before this man eats me. Hopefully the kiss saved me. Outright lying just pees him off and you don't need the headache. I'm not going to take the risk of you falling through with your threat, especially after learning what you did to my aunt. As I've said before, I'm not stupid. And Adam, just so we're clear, I'd rather die before I freaking let you touch or drag another innocent person into this. Your gaze collides with his, and it's like two swords getting locked into a battle of wills, both of you refusing to back down against the other. Adam's gaze narrows. He opens his mouth, but his words are lost when Saffron clears his throat. He sees this as unspoken words. For now. The symphony dies down to a hum as Saffron interjects. If you two are finished, I would like to remind the both of you need to be on your best behavior. I've received word that there's a slew of paparazzi waiting for us outside the hotel and would prefer to keep them from witnessing an argument between you two. What? You wouldn't pay them off? I would prefer not to, though I will if my hand is forced. But if that happens, I'm holding you accountable, And I do not care if Adam needs you. You intentionally messing with his image is not something I will tolerate. Okay, I get it. I already said I would behave myself. I was just curious. Whew. Water. Behave yourself, plan properly, and make sure Saffron isn't at work that day. Which, because I guess their God gave them a command, I highly doubt there's going to be a time he just takes off. You turn your attention back to the window, and it's at that moment you realize you've reached the hotel. As Saffron said, there's a number of paparazzi on standby. Flashes of cameras go off and you blink, trying to clear the stars from your eyes. You hear people screaming Adam's first name, his last name. It's wonder your eardrums don't burst. Freaking nuisance. Adam mutters as Saffron pulls the car into the parking lot. Stay by my side, Saffron says, killing the engine as he speaks to you. Do not walk beside Adam, keep your head down, and do not speak to anyone. We will follow behind Adam at the rear and will keep that formation until we step inside the hotel and have reached our rooms. You can sort of guess why Saffron's giving these instructions. If anyone sees you and Adam side by side, they might get the wrong idea and suspect that you're not on his team but his love. They're walking next to me. Okay, Adam. Simmer down. Adam, if I allow that, then deal. Pay the paparazzi off. I don't care what you have to do. They stay with me. Saffron hand grips the steering wheel. You think he's about to argue, especially considering how he just berated you about messing up Adam's image. And he's clearly not one to back down, even when facing off with Adam. If that singular interaction back at the hospital when you first woke up is anything to go by, you brace yourself for a verbal sparring match. But, to your surprise, Saffron relaxes his shoulders. As you wish, he says before he turns off the childproof safety locks. Your mouth almost drops. What's with the sudden shift in behavior? It doesn't make sense. Maybe he's like, I'm going to keep my composure for now, but trust me when I say, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. You're gone. He's going to snap my neck. I know it is. You don't get much time to think about it as you're forced to step out of the car in order to catch up with them and are immediately bombarded with flashes of lights and shouting. You freeze on the spot. Oh, frick. You never encountered anything like this. It's like you've entered a whole other world entirely. A hand touches your shoulder, and you find Adam smiling down at you, his stage persona on and firmly in place. You almost snort by how ridiculous this feels. Walk beside me so you don't get lost, okay? Ugh. The way he can turn it on. Why haven't you considered acting, sir? You should have considered acting immediately. Mr. Groden, who's that standing beside you? Mr. Groden, is that your lover? Mr. Groden, when will your tour resume?
Mr. Groden, is it true that you won Sexiest Man of the Year? Mr. Groden, Mr. Groden.
Probably saying his name so wrong, but anyway, still. I don't think I could. So I don't mind being a big YouTuber, okay? YouTube is fun. I have so much fun playing these games. I have like a ton of fun. I'm not even joking. And so I don't mind being a big YouTuber, but being an actor or a singer, I don't even think I can sing. If you guys ever want to hear me sing, I would do a cover for something that you guys asked me to do. I'm actually, despite all the terrible clips of me singing, despite all the terrible stuff, I'm actually okay. I'm a little decent at singing when I'm serious, not when I'm joking and playing around. I can hold a tune. Let me stop. Look, I already embarrassed myself. See, it's just because y'all make me nervous. All right? It's too many of y'all. Keep it coming. I want more of y'all here. But I couldn't even put myself in Adam's shoes to how you can just switch a mask on. You can't never you can't never be upset. You can't never be, your image can't fade. Like you have to be the happy, I'm a superstar person, and it's insane. There's days I'd just be sad. Like I could have watched a sad movie and then I gotta just sit here and smile in people's faces and act like I wasn't crying for 30 minutes. Like, no, I can't. But I wouldn't mind like creating a movie. Maybe not acting in it, but creating it, directing it maybe. I could be a good director. The shouts are coming from all around you. You want to cover your ears and distance yourself from the chaos. Your body humming with major discomfort. Me too, I would be freaking out. But you force yourself to keep walking. But I guess it's just because I'm a little private. My phone is going off. 1 second, I gotta upload. I just got done uploading. I hope you guys enjoy. It would mean the world to me if you did. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell in that video too. Sorry, I had an internal burp. Oh my god, did y'all hear that? It was funny. They're so loud that they're pulling in onlookers who lose their shite once they take notice of Adam. Oh man, I'm telling y'all, it'd be a done deal. Arms stretch out, fingers grab at open air, flashes keep going off. It's almost too much to bear. Breathe. You think to yourself, just a simple inhale and exhale. You try to draw in air, but you're suffocating because of the atmosphere. It's so bad that your hands are starting to shake as anxiety zips through you. It's even worse seeing Adam relaxed and in his element. He dips his head in acknowledgement to the crowd, but does not answer any of the questions thrown at him. How does anyone get used to this? At least with your work in mass, you remain anonymous. You're not a fan of all this attention, even if you're not the one they're here for. You scrunch your eyes closed. We're almost there, little devil. Adam murmurs, it's a wonder how you can hear them. Just keep looking forward and ignore the freaking pests. They aren't worth getting worked up over, so unclench your teeth and shoulders. Oh, is he helping us? Well, isn't that sweet? Question mark? You blink before peering up at him. Holy shite. Are you actually giving me a pep talk right now? Is this the signal for the end of days? You feign shock and glance around. Keep poking at him and watch what he do. He's either gonna F or he's gonna K. Do you want him to F or K? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're too young. He's either going to F you or K you. You don't poke the bear unless you want the bear to poke back. Stop acting like an idiot. Adam says, keeping the amicable mask on while his lowered voice expresses anything but. I'm only saying this because you passing out in the middle of the crowd would be obnoxious and inconvenient. Sir, if I pass out, I pass out. Hopefully Saffron or you no, not Saffron. Hopefully you catch me. Don't mistake my words for genuine freaking care. I figured as much because being nice and genuine would probably cause you to burst into flames. Don't worry, I'm not stupid enough to believe you have a single humane bone in your body. We've already established that from the first time we met. Speaking of which, what? He demands, noticing the way you're now eyeing him. Just spit whatever you're thinking out already. Can I just know why? Why what? You look off towards the crowd, but instead of a throng of bodies, you recall the day you met on the highway. The sharp, agonizing pain in your shoulder. The coppery scent of blood. Adam's condescending smile. Your jaw sets. Why did you attack me? You finally ask, bringing the unanswered question that plagued you to light. Why do you and Saffron want me dead? Was this just a one-off thing, and I just managed to escape? Was this organized? Originally, I thought you were just some serial killer getting your kicks off on hurting innocent people because he could. But now? You shake your head. Does it have to do with something with my aunt? I don't, no matter how hard I try to piece it together, I just can't. None of this makes any sense to me. Your temple hurts so bad as you ruminate in these thoughts. But you need answers. You're so tired of not having them. After all of this, you deserve at least one. Why does it matter? Adam doesn't look at you, his own gaze distant, as if he's seeing the same thing you're seeing. Because I think I deserve to know how and why I ended up here, instead of continuing on with my life in blissful ignorance where you're just some famous celebrity I only hear about. Adam considers for a moment, his eyes trailing up to Saffron, almost as if sensing his gaze. Saffron glances over his shoulder, and it feels like there's a silent exchange. As Saffron returns his attention back around, you see Adam's fists clench, and you wonder briefly what's going on between these two. Yeah, it's like as if they were so close, and this one interaction of him questioning Adam in the trailer, I'm going as far back as the trailer, when he was bringing you to Saffron's place. It has been that bad for the last couple of times we have seen them together. And so it's like, what happened that was so bad that you both just like, ugh, I can't stand you? Can't tell you that. Adam says at last. You can't or won't. Can it be both? He snaps, keeping his voice low so the crowd doesn't overhear him. I don't know why you're so stubborn about shite, but sometimes it's best to leave things alone if you know what's freaking good for you. Adam's eyes slice over to yours, because when it comes to everything else surrounding me, ignorance is bliss, little devil. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Oh, so it must be he don't want her to know about the whole organization that's happening right now, because she might be close to what's happening, or maybe not. You're making this sound bigger than it just being you and Saffron. You both step through the glass doors of the hotel with Adam's back to the crowd. His facade drops in an instant. He smirks. I suggest not digging too deep, little devil. Sure. He says as you both approach the elevator where Saffron waits, one of his arms folded behind his back while the other hovers over one of the buttons on the operating panel. He too smiles. Anytime, if Adam smiles, I know he's just trying to put on that, yeah, I'm strong and I could take you out at any moment thing. When Saffron smiles, I am like, oh my God, please don't hurt me. Boy, Adam was a warning. Saffron is a promise. Almost as if he knows the floor he's taking you to will change your worldview forever. Almost as if he knows he's dragging you into a new hell. And there's no coming back from it. You and Adam both step into place beside Saffron, facing the elevator doors as Saffron presses the button and they close it in front of you. I would probably start crying at this point. I would have cried during, like, as we were walking in here, I would cry. Right as Adam finally says, because maybe it is. The way I would be question marks. Okay. And what's happening? There's a sickening wet thump from inside the alleyway, followed by the sounds of something heavy getting drugged. Kane? Oh my goodness, what happened? A dark form towers over the shape of another. He's got his hands wrapped around the limp-figured wrists. Oh no. They're purple and bruised like someone broke them. Jagged cuts that look like they were made with a serrated edge of a knife stares up at him. Loser. 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 They overlap one another. The blood still fresh from where the words were carved in, ingrained into the corpse skin like ghastly tattoos. The man whimpers, and he screws his eyes shut as he drags empty husks further in. He didn't mean to. He didn't mean to do it. He swears on his life that he didn't. What did you do, Kane? I'm sorry. Sorry. He wishes he could take it back. He wishes he could rewind time and tell himself not to enter the bar and down that last shot of whiskey. But it's too late. And now he's here. All he can remember is the alcohol going down smooth, the dancing, someone pushing him into the bathrooms. One drunken night, and now you're dragging a husk. Okay. He recalls someone's tongue slipping into his mouth, his hands on their wrists, their fingers tugging at his hair. He doesn't know if the person was a man or a woman or non-binary. He doesn't even know if it was a corpse now lying at his feet. He doesn't know how he got here. Forgive me, please. Forgive me, he says as he peers down at the corpse, a sob ripping through his chest when he sees their glassy eyes. Didn't mean to do it again. I thought it would get better if I joined. I thought I'd be saved. He ducks his head as feeling of guilt swells in his chest, constricting him like chains, dragging him down into the abyss he can't break free from. I never thought would turn out like this. I swear I didn't. I thought God would save me. Another sob tears through him. The yellow light flickers overhead as the form passes underneath its glow. Oh, Kane. Poor Kane. Oh, he looks so sad. A man with the tips of his hair dyed green and eyes portraying the internal state of exhaustion lifts his head up to the skies, his bottom lip quivering. He begs for someone, anyone to please save me. Oh my God. I feel so bad for Kane. Oh, he's going through, like I said, he's going through a lot. Oh my goodness. To be continued. Thank you guys so much for vibing with me in the last couple of minutes of you and him. Wow, now I want to know what King got himself into and what happened, and oh my goodness. So this opens up. Hold on, I'm trying to grab my thoughts, y'all. I'm trying to grab my thoughts. Okay, so this opens up the thing that I was talking about. Number one, who are all of them killers? I'm going to assume now Kane, Saffron, and Adam. That's 3 already, even though Saffron's just the manager. That's 3 of them already. Who's to say that King and Ethan are not? I'm just saying. Let's get those minds working, everybody. Y'all got to come up with, get in the comment section and talk with me, because I need to talk to somebody about this. And 2, number 2, who is God? That is, who is God? And 3, how are we going to protect ourselves from Saffron? He already got a plan. He's trying to pull us apart in some way, and either 2 things are going to happen. Either him and Adam are going to fight because he keeps kind of interfere with what Adam got going on, or he's going to successfully pull Adam onto his side, and I'm going to get gutted like a little fish. But thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the person who told me in the comment section that this was out, because I didn't get any notification, and I'm following Unknown Hermit. I just don't be on, I don't be on Twitter that much, okay? But when I went to Twitter, I saw that they posted like, oh yeah, it's up now. You can do this and that and stuff. And I was just like, dang it. I need to start getting on Twitter more, okay? I follow these creators and stuff because they work their butts off. They work hard. And I'm not joking how hard these people work with and a lot of people, and I don't know if Unknown Hermit is. Please, in the comment section below, someone tell me. But a lot of these creators that make these visual novels, they write the story, they make the art, they code and all that stuff. This stuff is hard, and so it doesn't bother me that these come out in episodes and chapters and stuff. It doesn't bother me when it comes out that way. But they work their butts off and stuff, and I try to support as many of them as possible. I've already had 2 requests for 2 games that I'm going to be playing, and I should get to them either like at the end of this week or in the beginning of next week. But thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and support the creator. Alright? Don't let me find out that my family ain't out here being supportive and minding their business. Okay, peace and love.